Everyone always says, wait until the age of 70 so you can collect the biggest Social Security check. But here's what they don't tell you. A full 2/3 of Americans file before their full retirement age, but the math shows that for certain situations, filing at 62 isn't just smart, it actually puts more total money in your pocket. Here are 7 specific reasons why waiting could cost you thousands. Now, I'm not giving financial advice here because everybody's situation is totally different. But before you assume that later is always better, know this: 64% of retirees file early, and there are solid, fact-based reasons why it can make sense, especially when you look closely at your break-even age. Let's look at the break-even math that everybody talks about, but few people actually understand. Let's say you earned $60,000 in your last year of work, called last income level. You have 3 choices then. Number 1, you file at age 62. You get about, let's say for this example, $1,180 a month. If you live to 78, that means you'd collect $226,560 in total. A second scenario is that you wait until age 67. In this case, you would get $1,789 monthly. You collect for fewer years, so you'd end up with a total of $236,148. And the third scenario is you wait until you're age 70. You get more money monthly, $2,320, but you only collect for 8 years, so you get $222,770 in total. If you notice, waiting until 70 actually gives you less total money than filing at 62 years old if you die at the average age of 78.6 years. But if you file at age 62 instead of 67, you'll come out ahead until age 76. After that, the bigger monthly checks start adding up. So if you file at 62 instead of 70, you'll stay ahead until age 81. The problem is, these calculations assume you'll live exactly to the average life expectancy and ignore everything else, like taxes, health problems, or needing money for sooner emergencies. That's why we need to look at your actual personal situation, not just the calculator. Hence, these 7 smart reasons are why you might want to file early. But before we proceed, this is the UnRetired, where you're not done, but you're finally doing what you want. If you like no BS, honest, truthful talks like this video for more, please like and subscribe. All right, let's jump into the 7 smart reasons why you might want to file early. Number 1, unlock your spouse's benefits. Your spouse can't collect spousal benefits until you file first. It doesn't matter how long that they've been waiting, they're locked out until you file. Let's say that your benefit at 62 is $1,200 a month, and your spouse's own benefit would only be around $400. Well, once you file, your spouse gets 50% of your full retirement benefit. That's $800 monthly, double their own amount. Now, in this scenario, your household collects $2,000 per month instead of just the $1,200 that you would get on your own. If you wait 5 years to file, you don't just lose your benefits, you cost your spouse $48,000 in spousal benefits that you can never get back. Your spouse can't access spousal benefits until you file first. Waiting doesn't just delay your money, it delays theirs too. Number 2, health and longevity reality check. All right, the uncomfortable truth is, if family history, health issues, or medical science suggest you won't reach 80 plus, filing early isn't pessimistic, it's actually realistic. Every month you wait past 62 is a month you're gambling with your own mortality. So look at your family history. Did your parents or grandparents live past 85? Do you have diabetes, heart disease, or some other chronic condition? These aren't just health concerns, they're financial planning factors. So remember those break-even ages we just talked about? You need to live to 76 to break even between filing at 62 versus 67. You need to live up to 81 to break even between 62 and 70. So if your doctor, your family history, or your gut tells you those ages might be optimistic, then waiting actually is the risky choice. Look, medical science has gotten pretty good at predicting life expectancy. If you have reasons to believe that you won't see your 80s, then collecting $1,800 a month for 15 years sure beats waiting for $2,320 a month for just 5 years. Now, I'm not trying to be morbid, but this is about being smart with the information that you have at the moment. The third reason is smart tax timing. Social Security benefits aren't automatically taxed like your paycheck was. Whether you pay taxes on them totally depends on your other income. Social Security uses something called provisional income, and that's your regular income plus half of your Social Security benefits. If that total is under $25,000 for a single person or $32,000 for a married couple, your Social Security is completely tax-free. Let's say that you're 62 years old and currently living on savings with a little other income. If you file now and get $1,200 a month in Social Security, you might pay zero taxes on it. But if you file when you're 70, maybe then your investments have grown, and then you're taking required distributions from your 401k or other retirement accounts, or perhaps you even sold a business or had some other event. Now your other income, let's say it's over $50,000 a year. When you finally claim that bigger $2,000 monthly Social Security benefit, up to 85% of it could be taxable. So you waited 8 years for a bigger check, but after taxes, you might actually keep less money than if you'd filed early when your income was lower. So the bottom line here is sometimes the smaller benefit that's tax-free is worth more than the bigger benefit that gets eaten up by taxes later on. The fourth reason, a bridge to a bigger spousal benefit. So with Social Security, you're entitled either to your own benefit or 50% of your spouse's benefit, whichever is higher. Let's say you work part-time, earn less over your career, so your Social Security benefit at 62 would be, say, $800 a month. Meanwhile, your spouse was the main breadwinner and their benefit at full retirement age would be $2,400 a month. If you file for your $800 benefit at age 62 and start collecting immediately when your spouse files at 67, Social Security automatically switches you to the spousal benefit that's 50% of your spouse's $2,400 a month, which equals $1,200 per month. So in this scenario, you get $800 a month from age 62 to 67. That's $48,000 total. But then you get $1,200 a month from 67 onward. You're essentially getting two income streams over time. You're basically starting with a lower benefit now, but then stepping up to something much bigger later. If you waited until 67 to file anything, you would have missed out on that $48,000 completely. The fifth reason, the survival benefit strategy. When your spouse passes away, you can inherit their entire Social Security benefit if it's bigger than yours. Let me explain this with an example. Let's say you're eligible for $800 a month at age 62, but your spouse earned much more during their career and will get $2,400 a month at their full retirement age. If your spouse is older than you or has health concerns, this is a smarter move. You file for your $800 benefit at 62 and start collecting immediately. Your spouse can wait. Let their benefit grow up until the maximum. So if your spouse unfortunately passes away, Social Security now allows you to step up to 100% of their benefit. So your $800 a month monthly payment suddenly becomes $2,400 a month for the rest of your life. You get income now when you might need it most, and you get the maximum possible income later as a survivor. If you'd waited to file anything, you would have missed years of payments with no way to go back and claim them. Again, I'm not being a pessimist here. I'm just trying to be realistic and give you the scenarios in the worst case scenarios. The sixth reason to take Social Security early is to fund your go-go years. Look, retirement has three phases: go-go years, slow-go years, and no-go years. The go-go years, usually early to mid-60s, are when you have your health, your energy, and the clarity and the ability to travel, explore hobbies, and to be really active. Filing early gives you more cash while you can fully enjoy it. Sometimes I call these the youth of your retirement. Let's just call it the ages between 50 and 70, where you have the time, the energy, the strength, and the ability to go and do all the crazy things that were on your bucket list. Once you're past 70, it gets a little bit harder. All right, let me ask you, would you prefer claiming bigger checks later on in life when you can't even enjoy it? Or would you rather enjoy it now when you have the energy to do so? Comment below. I'd like your thoughts on this, and I'll be more happy to read it and share it with others. All right, the seventh and final reason is just simply need the money. Look, sometimes the math doesn't matter. Life does. Bills, medical costs, helping family, just a shortage of cash flow. Social Security is an insurance program that you paid into for decades. If you need it, there's no penalty for using it when it makes the biggest difference in your life. All right, let's do a quick recap of the 7 reasons that filing early might be smart. Number 1, unlocking spousal benefits early. Number 2, you break even if your life is shorter. Number 3, reduce lifetime taxes. Number 4, bridge to a bigger spousal benefit. Number 5, secure higher survival benefits. Number 6, fund your healthiest years. Number 7, cover immediate needs if you need to. So that was the 7 reasons that you might want to file early. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe for more. There will be plenty of similar discussions ahead, and you'll have a front row seat to it. So it's not about waiting the longest. It's about getting the most from your money when it matters and while it matters. Retirement isn't a contest to see who can delay the longest. It's about building a life you actually want to live, one filled with time, health, and experiences you won't trade for another year chained to the grind. The truth is, money is just a tool. What really matters is how you use the money to buy freedom, peace of mind, meaningful years while you still have the energy to enjoy them. So ask yourself, are you chasing a bigger number or are you chasing a better life? Because knowing the difference could mean the gap between 10 more years of stress and 10 more years of living on your own terms. And that's the mindset of the unretired. Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years.